Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Water is this group of great black-headed gulls, which liven up the riverside with their playful and very graceful flight. They are large grey and white birds with long, broad wings and fantails, typical of all gulls. The adults have black heads, and the younger birds have a broad, black band across their white tails. Gulls are strong flyers, wheeling backwards and forwards with untiring buoyancy. They're not very good divers, though, and seldom catch live fish. The Indian river tern, though smaller, is a more accomplished hunter. Constantly patrolling vast stretches of water, it suddenly turns on sighting a fish and plunges headfirst into the water with its tail fanned out. Once a suitable fishing ground is discovered, the direct purposeful flight is abandoned for graceful wheeling curves, which show the full powers of flight that have earned the marine tern their name of sea swallow. After their appetites are satisfied, they sit in groups on sandbanks or little islands near the water's edge, often in the company of other birds. A great many other birds spend their lives on the edge of the river. With comparatively long legs and bills, these birds come in the general category of waders. The spur-winged plover is one such bird. This handsome grey, black and white bird, with the stylish haircut, can be found next to rivers and streams, often standing in a hunched posture. It bobs its head while walking and is a good runner. A large party of avocets scours the riverbed in the shallows. These handsome black and white birds are among the largest waders found in India. Their one outstanding feature is the unmistakable long black up-curved beak that makes the bird look as though it might have had an unfortunate accident. As the days lengthen and the sun gets hotter, rivers and lakes start drying up. Stretches of water that were earlier too deep can now be used by a number of waders. The riverbed below the shallow waters is rich in organic life, worms and snails and amphibians and tiny fish. A vast variety of waders like godwits, curlews, green and red shanks are attracted to this happy hunting ground. Before long, the harsh sun will dry up whatever little water remains, leaving only baked and cracked earth in its place. Then these birds will migrate to perennial water sources in the hills. They will return only in winter, after the monsoon has replenished the dry rivers and lakes and made them an attractive habitat once again. This slender black and white bird is the black-winged stilt. The bird is always found wading in water on its absurdly long stilt-like legs. Owing to its long legs and long bill, it can walk into deeper waters more easily than most other waders, tapping supplies of food not available to the others. The stilt's mode of progression appears somewhat awkward, as the legs have to be drawn backwards out of the water to avoid resistance, then brought forward in the air and again deliberately placed in the water. The tiny stints are among the smallest of the waders. These busy little birds are forever pattering along with their feet in and out of water, collecting minute particles of food from the surface of the mud. The undisturbed waters of these marshes, fringed by an abundance of tall grass and weeds, are home to the Indian moorhen. A water bird, essentially, it spends practically all its time swimming amongst all the growth, where it feeds on vegetable matter, molasses, and aquatic insects and their larvae. It's a good swimmer, with a characteristic jerky bobbing movement of the head. And when necessary, it's a good diver too, though this accomplishment does not appear to be of much use except when avoiding danger. Picking its way over water hyacinth, the bird looks like a black chicken with very large feet. It's easily identified by the red patch at the base of its beak, the red-gartered green legs, and by its habit of incessantly jerking its tail upwards. The moorhen feeds a good deal on land in the cover around water, and often wanders right out into the open, running swiftly with head lowered back to the relative safety of the water when there's an alarm.